welcome back to our life. We're here with Baxter's route, and I believe we're now off to do a spontaneous firework trip. There's no time to lose. The fireworks were sure to start soon. If you didn't want to miss any part of it, that meant you need to book it now. The gang hurried into the car and were slowly blessed with warmth after Baxter turned on the heater and it began to kick in. Terry wiggled in her seat, proudly announcing that she had the additional gift of seat warmers to the envy of everyone else in the car. However, the goal wasn't to sit there enjoying modern accommodations. It was to get back out of the car as quickly as possible. It took a while to get out of the winding streets of the neighborhood, but eventually Baxter reached the freeway and zipped straight to the city. For the second time that day, you were met with the silhouettes of skyscrapers in the near distance, but now they were illuminated by explosive bursts of greens and purples. It's starting! Oh no, are we going to miss it? Baxter's hand rested on the gear shift, digits curling against the handle before he switched it into the right lane to exit off the freeway. Wait, the GPS said... No, there's somewhere outside of the city that I intend to visit. I believe we can stop there and catch the show. It's an unblocked viewing area.
Oh, yeah.
Baxter, you are brilliant. I think he just knows his way around, which is kind of interesting. Does he just do drives by himself often? Pedal to the metal. Unless you're already speeding, then don't go any faster. Covenia turned toward Miranda, but she was hardly paying attention, her hands covering her cheeks as she cheered Baxter on while simultaneously advocating for traffic safety. Baxter tightened his grip on the wheel, changing a few more lanes before he exited and threaded through another tangle of local streets. Eventually, the car rumbled to a stop as a waterside path appeared in the dark. Oh, how beautiful! What does that say? I don't know what that says. I don't even think it's English. It seems like a name of the hotel, I'm assuming. Oh, I know that says Scarlet. Everyone piled out one after the other, sprinting from the parking lot. Cove, Miranda, and Terry scrambled up the edge of the path at the water's edge. Baxter stayed in the middle between the start and the end, folding his arms as he hovered behind the crew. His eyes were less fixated on the sights unfolding before you than they were focused on the other three. High in the sky and far away, it was a perfect way to watch fireworks, less crowded than it would have been in the city and quieter than it would have been there too. It was kind of funny. You and your group lived in or around the city almost all of your lives, and it was Baxter who found this place for you to enjoy. Tourists did tend to put in the effort to find scenic spots. People who could theoretically see something every day didn't always take the opportunities around them. Randy pointed out a golden firework and beamed. Woo! That's so cool! Tara held up a hand for a high five, and Miranda obliged her. Tara whooped and shot you a smile.
Hey.
What color do you think the next one will be? Without giving Baxter a glance, Cove answered immediately. Green. Is it because that's your favorite color? It was orange. Baxter chuckled, but wasn't interested in calling Cove out for being wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your favorite color? Green.
That's...
It's one of them. I think that's nice. It matches you. And is yours black? That's one of them. Cove smirked just a little and left the conversation there. Aw, look at these two getting along, kinda, I don't know. You stayed next to Baxter, you joined Miranda and Terry, you came up to lingered near the car. Come on now. Where is the save? Right here. Going to Baxter. Hello, gorgeous. Thank you for showing us a spot. Do you come here often? Baxter had continued watching the other three before he suddenly turned left. His eyes were on you as soon as you got near.
How are you?
How do you do, Michiko? Enjoying the view? Yeah, it's gorgeous. Think so? You shrugged. It was alright. Honestly, I'm freezing. I'm a little uncomfortable being out. No, it's gorgeous. The fuck? Well, that is no small relief, I will say. The others had taken notice of her absence at the waterfront and had began migrating the crowd further back. Are they giving us a moment, or are they coming close? Baxter glanced over his shoulder when he noticed you staring at something behind him. He waved as they jogged to the car's side.
What's wrong?
Oh, Cove! Everything is fine. Oh my god. We're just trying to just get a little summer romance going on with Baxter, alright? Gosh. Is everything okay? And are you? Miranda's brows knitted together with clear worry. We can head home if you're not.
Yeah.
Wait, why are they freaking out? I'm just having a moment. They were sweet for worrying, but you shook your head. It wasn't that you were upset. You were just happier where you were. Same as Baxter. I'm okay, guys, really. You can watch it where you want to.
Is that all right?
Well, if you're sure. Were they worried because I was near the car? I'm fine, guys. It's cool. Still, despite your reassurances, Cove searched your... Oh, Cove, you're like our first love, and you're making it very difficult to move on. Cove searched your eyes for any answers to the contrary. Do you want me to stay back with you? You don't have to, Kachu, it's fine. You should go tear Miranda. You know, I was off. You shook your head. Oh, Cove, please. It's fine. You should go tear Miranda. Cove found softly before quietly retreating. He stopped taking a... Cove, please! He stopped to take another look at you on his way to the water's edge, but eventually relented as you waved him on. Baxter picked a good place to watch from. Every point and every angle of the view was dazzling. The fireworks sprayed colors across the sky, and for a moment you were holding your breath before whatever came next. No words could adequately describe that anticipation. Try it as Terry might, you could still hear her cheer of every new spectacle. It had been nice and toasty in the car, but since you were outside and not moving, you couldn't help wrapping your arms around yourself, trying to trap the warmth. Baxter tilted closer, but kept enough distance between you to remain polite. His eyes met yours in wordless invitation, half lifting an arm in case you needed to come closer. You rested your head against his shoulder, you took his hand, you wrapped your arms around his, you snuggled up with him, you smiled reassuringly. Dude, this is like such peak, like, summer romance. Like, one-time romance, things you read in books and then you would never see them again, and then you're like, well, damn, thinking about it all the time or something. Let's wrap our arm around his? Or should we snuggling is a little too much, yeah? Looping an arm around him, you pulled him closer than he anticipated. Still, Baxter didn't object to it and shifted his weight into yours. He's so cute. How often do you do this with other girls? Your eyes continued to search the sky when Baxter spoke up. His voice was impossibly quiet in the way things are when it was important.
You're incredible.
You look amazing. Do you know that? The fireworks show immediately became unimportant. They might have all fizzled out into nothing as far as you'd been aware. Oh, thank you. Why did you say that? You're too embarrassed to even reply. Do you know you're wonderful? You blinked in confusion. I don't think so. No, do you know you're wonderful? The corners of his eyes crinkled as his gaze settled on the horizon, though you couldn't tell if it was out of amusement at the situation or some unexpected shyness. In the dim light, you could make out the glare of the fireworks in his eyes. They hadn't vanished at all, after all. I've been meaning to tell you that all day, since we were at the beach. When we were walking side by side after the ice cream truck left. And... What's with that expression? And in your bedroom. Oh, the moment in your room, it came back in a rush. You'd been hoping that he had forgotten. It wasn't your intention to make him leave on such a sour note and had only wanted to move past the discomfort. With the way he looked at you now, you were certain he figured it all out and had been too considerate to bring it up then. This whole time, Baxter had been waiting for the opportunity to say something.
To be honest.
It may surprise you to know I am not adept at picking my words. I care a great deal about what I say, and it makes the correct impression. Yet I am not always successful. My approach is off, really. Fortunately, even I could realize there wasn't a right moment to tell you that. Then we got here, and I thought this was what feels right. I hope I'm not wrong after all, but even if I am, the words are true all the same.
So charming.
Oh, you're so cute. And even after all that, I fear amazing does not adequately express what I think. How regrettable. Well, the only choice is to smile at him. He returned it with equal fondness, then turned his attention again to the bright sky before you. One explosion of color followed another, and the exuberance of your friends couldn't be measured. You'd seen fireworks before. They weren't anything new, but all those times you attended events before, it wasn't anything close to this. You'd nearly miss it, and it wasn't even a show, really, for you to see. That's what made it special. The effort it took for you to get here, the place you were watching from, and the people that you were watching with. The finale, whatever, of the fireworks took center stage. Dozens scattered across the sky, and the sparks of them descended into the sea below. It was as if they were impossibly far away, distant stars, and yet also close enough to reach out and touch them. In the back of your mind, you knew that there would likely never be another day exactly like that one. When it was over, it'd be over forever, and that made it a precious experience. You vowed to hold on to the memories, feelings, in this one single moment for as long as you possibly could. And is that? Okay, whew. See, it's a crepe! I was not tripping. It was a crepe. It was not ice cream. At all. But anyway, in the next episode, we're gonna do some errands. Hopefully, I don't know how they're gonna loop Baxter into this one, but we will see. We will see. They're making it very difficult to stay loyal to Baxter as well, because Cove is like always there, always making sure we're okay, because he knows us best. But sometimes it's hard to friend zone our childhood friend. But thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.